Whew. There we go. I fixed it. You have to watch at the end because I got bloopers. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Whew, that was rough. Today we're going to be talking about dreams and how to go about reaching them. For me, I'm going to tell you what I did, and it's story time. So let's do this. So I'm going to say it was 2014 or 15, somewhere in that neighborhood. It might have been sooner. I'll have to look. I was doing a lot of photography in California when I lived there. I was shooting everywhere. I went and shot. I got accepted to shoot LA Fashion Week, which was like, wow. I was so happy. I was like, man, this is awesome. This is something I've always wanted to do. And they seen some of my work and invited me to come in and shoot. And I was like, wow, that is awesome. So I went to the first day of that. Back then it was called Styles Fashion Week. That was the big one here in California or in LA. And I shot. I made a lot of friends. And people were helping me because I was new to this. This was different to me, you know, shooting fashion and the runway and the lighting. And lucky I had a couple of people that were like, dude, let me help you, man. Here's some cool settings. This is what you need to do. And they got me all hooked up. And I was like, this is awesome, you know. Ooh, I do not like my hair. What happened? I guess that new hair product's not working out so well. Let me try this maybe. Does that look better? Maybe. I don't know. So anyways, I shot for 3 days at Fashion Week because it's a 3-day thing. And hey. My cat likes to sharpen her claws right when I'm doing videos on the box. Okay, so anyways, I was editing my photos. I was putting them up on Facebook. And all of a sudden I got a message from a magazine, and I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. What do they want, I wonder? And basically they asked me if they could use all my images, and there was a little bit of money, but it was mostly credit. And because they said the guy that they sent to shoot, his pictures weren't that good, which is a bummer. And they used all my photos in the magazine, and next thing I know, they're calling me like, hey, do you want to do this? Can you go do this? They hired me to shoot their swimsuit issue, which was awesome. It's fun. Of course, every one of my friends is like, hey, man, do you need some help? You need some help, bro? And we went and shot that in Laguna Beach, California, I believe. Put my hair back. It was looking really funky. And then my card filled up. I don't know why. It was supposed to be empty, but it wasn't. So anyways, back to the story. So I was hired to shoot the swimsuit issue, and you know, of course, everybody wanted to help me with that and whatnot. But that was like a dream come true. I was like, wow, now I'm shooting for a magazine. I'm doing all this stuff. And next thing I know, they're flying me to New York. Now, I've already been to New York a couple of times beforehand, just for the fun of it, friends, walking, being a tourist, you know what I mean? But now they were paying me to go and shoot Fashion Week. They were sending me to shoot Couture Fashion Week, like just all kinds of different projects. They sent me to shoot a Prince with his jewelry collection and stuff, so that was really cool. So things were looking up, and what I want to do is just jump back just a little bit before all of that. So my third time to New York City, when I wanted to start shooting, trying to get into shooting photography in New York, I slept in a church. I slept in a church for 2 weeks, and if you've ever slept in a church, it's creepy at night. I don't know why, but it is. It's not the funnest thing in the world, but I was going to make my dream come true, no matter what it took. But I still had a place to go home if everything failed. You know, I still had a house in California. I said I'd work in California, so if worse come to worse, I was good to, at least go back. But after about 2 weeks, I had to leave the church. Like, yeah, we can only put you up for so long. There was someone that went to the church that lived in the projects like 2 blocks away, and it was on 11th or 12th Avenue and 12th Avenue and was it Avenue D and 12th Ave, something like that. And you can look that up. It's Alphabet City. It was one of the most dangerous places, especially Avenue D. And I lived in the Puerto Rican projects for months. Every time I go to New York, I would call and be like, hey, I'm going to be in town. Can I sleep on the couch? I paid $50 a week to sleep on a couch in New York City and the projects to make my dream come true. I did what I had to do to go to the next step. You know what I mean? It's I was determined to make that happen. And it was scary. Coming home at night, whew, let me tell you, it was really crazy. But I made a lot of cool friends around the neighborhood. And, we'd go out and hang out and go have drinks after work. And, we'd go out and do street photography. That was the most awesome thing was the friends that I did have, we would go out like 10 o'clock at night and just start photographing. We were photographing street photography. We were all of New York. We would be everywhere and anywhere until like 3, 4 in the morning sometimes. And we'd go down to Times Square and shoot all the tourists. Oh man, it was good times doing photography, back in, it was like 2016, 17, something like that. Might have been before, might have been 2015. I have to look. It's been a lot of years ago. And, being in New York was cool, but for me, of course, California was my home and New York was work, and I had set up to where I could fly back and forth for work. Somebody would call and hire me on a Friday. I would fly in on a Wednesday or Thursday morning and get ready for the shoot on Friday, do it, stay the weekend, and then fly back to California and go back to my regular photography stuff back home. Because New York's very expensive, and, it's good to have a dream and just, drop everything and go and do it, but it can be dangerous as well to not have anything to fall back on. And I've always told my daughter that. I taught her how to do photography when she was 11. She actually got pictures in a magazine. She got interviewed for being the youngest girl at Fashion Week being a photographer. I think she was 11, and it was so funny. She was so embarrassed because all of a sudden there's all these cameras on her, like asking her questions. What's it like shooting Fashion Week and this and that, And I told her, I go, you can always look back at this as a life experience, and if you ever need work, you can do photography. You can go and photograph, puppies and kitties and babies or whatever you want to do, It's always extra income. But that was my dream, and I spent a lot of time in New York after that, hanging out with friends, going over to Chelsea at the High Line and photographing all of that with all the tourists walking and lots of street photography. Oh man, I miss it. Now I'm just a broken down old guy trying to just remember my dreams every day. Ooh, sometimes it's rough. That's why I'm trying to get it out while I can think about it. But yeah, I would not change it for anything. It was crazy having a key to the church and just coming and going. They're like, just don't let too many people see you coming in and out of the church, And I think it was on Wednesdays I'd help feed the homeless and do a bunch of different stuff like that. So that was really cool. Oh man, we did so much, but now it's different. I live in the South now. I live out in the boondocks. I live out in the country, way out in the country now. So there's not a whole lot to just go and do street photography like I used to. I think people here, if I stuck a camera in their face, I might get jacked. People might not be happy with that. But yeah, maybe one day. I mean, New York's pretty close. I haven't seen a lot of my friends in a long time. Things have gotten a lot different in New York anyways. It's not the same as it was when I was. I remember shooting Fashion Week. It was 3 in the morning. Yeah, it was 3 in the morning, and I had a problem with my Mac. I grabbed my laptop, I jumped on the B train, and I headed uptown. I think I jumped, did I go from the C train up to Fifth Avenue to the Apple store there, the big glass one? And yeah, went to tech support, got my stuff fixed, jumped back on the train. Never had a problem. Now, I don't know. My friends tell me you shouldn't do that anymore. And I was like, yeah, I had a feeling it's changed a lot, you know. But yeah, Central Park. I used to love walking through Central Park and taking photos. It was always, we did a bunch of fashion shoots in Central Park. We did, we even did shoots on the, we did photo shoots on the train. We'd jump on the train. People would just be looking at us, and we'd have like, you know, girls in gowns and stuff. Look at that little BK. Hi, buddy. Aw. One of the cats beat him up last night, and he's been in really bad shape. Oh, buddy. You okay? You can stay here with the video. Maybe we'll get more views with you in the video. You're better looking than me. So anyways, yeah, it was some fun times. I did a lot of stuff. I got to shoot for Elle magazine in New York as well. I got photos in Vogue. All kinds of crazy stuff. And it was just like a whirlwind, you know, through photography and doing all the things. And then that was it. That was my dream, and I made it come true. And a lot of my friends like, wow, I can't believe that you did that. You just hopped on a plane and went. You know, I packed a suitcase and my camera gear, and I went and I made it happen. And who knew? Who knew that it would turn into, oh, I guess it's time to go. Who knew that it was going to turn into all that and everything else that I did? I wish I would have been doing YouTube. I mean, I've had a YouTube channel since like 2007. One of my older ones. But I was too busy working. I was too busy, you know, having fun and living life to, you know, run around and just film everything, because it takes away from a lot of the stuff when you got to stop and hold the camera and film and do things. And if it's messed up, you got to do it again. Now you're missing out on what we're doing. And one of my buddies, he was shooting a short film, and I went and did that with him. That was really awesome, because anybody that knows me knows that I used to work in Hollywood on movies as well. And it was just a lot of fun, you know. It was a lot of fun. I miss it. I miss my friends in New York, being able to hang out and just go and run the streets in the middle of the night, doing photography. Even the cops were cool. I got some really cool pictures of the police in the middle of the night at bars, standing outside, you know, watching people, and you know, took some cool pictures of that as well. Anyways, I don't want to ramble too much, but I will see you guys soon. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and all that good stuff. Check out my social media. Join Discord. I love you guys. Stay safe. See you soon. Bye-bye, everybody. Huh. Well, this would be some interesting outtakes. I guess there must be a ghost right here. My camera keeps focusing on something that's not there. And then over here, as you can tell, I'm blurry. Could it be paranormal? Maybe. Why is it way over there? Come on, man.